So on this video, this is a conversation that I wanted to bring to a lot of the men, because a lot of guys come to me and they want what it is that we provide here in this organization, which is to be able to win it all in business and marriage and life. But sometimes they feel like they're fighting that battle alone. And I wanted to open up this opportunity for you to join what I like to call this training camp. And this reminds me of when I was a fighter and I was training all the time, and we used to come and really be a select group of high-level fighters for people who had fights coming up. So it would be like 5 of us, and each one of us had a specific skill set, and then we would all be brought together to facilitate being training partners for this one fighter who had a big fight coming up, whether he was defending a title or going for an actual title. And during this time, all of us would show up at a specific time. We would all get on the mat and we would train. We would all hold each other to a higher level of accountability, push each other way beyond each other's comfort zones to come together for the collective effort of a result. And that was a win. That was a title. Whether that was for someone else or that was for ourselves, we all gathered around for one committed effort to be able to make that done and hold each other to a higher level of accountability. And unfortunately, I find a lot of men out there that want to take their life to the next level don't have that training camp. They don't have that accountability piece that's required. But what they do have is they surround themselves by complainers, not champions. They surround themselves by whiners, not warriors. They surround themselves with losers, not winners. But then they expect to win. They expect to go and take their life to the next level, talk about the dreams and aspirations that they want to rise to, be better in their lives, better with their families, better with their businesses, better in their financial departments of whatever it is that they're doing. Yet they don't surround themselves by people who are going to hold them to a higher level of performance so they can achieve these things. So when I thought about that, especially with all the guys that reach out to me and talk about the problems that they have and the changes that they want to make for themselves and for their families, I said, hey, why don't we put together our own camp? Why don't we invite guys that are willing to be held accountable by more powerful men? Men that have businesses, that run businesses, men that are playing at a higher level of life than other people that they may surround themselves with. And we put together a group of guys that are willing to play that game, to be held accountable by the right people. Because let's face it, and I'm sure you guys have heard this over and over again, you are the sum total of the people you associate with. So if you associate with people who don't want to go anywhere, don't want to go anyplace, and they only look up to you, then who is going to push you to the next level that you want to go? No one. You will be left to face that battle alone. And I can tell you, man, on the way to going to where you want to go, no matter where you are, to get to the next level, it's going to be tough. It has to be. It has to require more of you than you have been in the past. And unless you associate with people who are willing to hold the line for you so you can get to that place, you might not get there. You see, and when you don't get there, everyone around you also fails. Because if there's a life that you could provide for them, and they don't get there because you won't do what it takes, they lose automatically by default. That's why we put this training camp together. Everyone in a training camp is required to show up and put in 100% of effort for the collective thought that we are all going to be better when we leave this camp. And that's what we're doing. So if that is something that you want to be a part of, I want to invite you on board to be a part of this camp with us. It is a no-nonsense, higher level of accountability program, played and done with men that are going to hold you to that level of accountability, but we are all playing, myself included. I'm not going to be a guy that just sits on the sidelines and doesn't throw himself into the mix and require more of myself with men that are also looking to achieve higher results in their lives. So we'll all be doing it. If that is something that you want to be a part of, I want you to hit the link and I want you to fill out that application. And as you fill out that application, it's going to ask you some questions so we can get an understanding of where you are now and where you want to go. Be it in your financial responsibilities, in your family life, maybe your marriage, maybe your responsibility with your kids, maybe your physical body, maybe you need to get in better shape as a man so you can actually play the game the way that you're supposed to be in the rest of the areas of your life that are important to you. All of it matters. But I can say this. In every camp that I've ever been in, the goal is to win. Everyone is on the same path. Everyone is required to show up at 100% and play that game. And we hold each other to a way higher level of accountability than anybody outside of that camp is prepared to play. And if they were, they'd be in it with us. So You can continue to fight your fight alone by yourself and hope that you're going to get to where you want to go, or you can finally walk shoulder to shoulder next to other men inside of this training camp that we're put together inside of our academy, which will be a virtual training and a virtual level of accountability with all of us and my team and the other men that are going to be playing this game with us. You can finally do that and be held accountable by men who are going to push you to get to that next level that you're looking to achieve. And I'm looking forward to seeing you there. So again, hit the link there, fill out the application. There'll be some instructions on how to be able to get this done. It'll go over the investment that's required of time, money, and energy that's going to be required of everybody that's going to step up into this thing. I'm looking forward to seeing you there. All right, let's talk soon. If you have any questions, hit that link, fill out the application, secure your conversation to connect and secure that seat in the upcoming training camp. Let's talk soon.